All right, welcome to Membership Income Blueprint. This time we're going to be talking about niche selection. Your niche is vital to the success of your membership site. The niche is your target or ideal customer. Now, attracting your ideal customer is not an accident. But just who is that ideal customer that you're really looking for? The ideal client or customer is one who finds the perfect solution to his problems or need in the services or products your company provides. In this case, we're talking about your membership site. So they're coming into your membership site and they're finding the solution to the problems or needs that they have. The ideal customer is loyal to your company. He is a recurrent in the use of your products or services and is constantly recommending you all to his friends. So he's going to be recommending you to the membership site. He's going to be coming back to that membership site over and over to constantly be using your products or services. Now, we know that attracting the right customer is critical to growing your business. One of the cornerstones of any internet business is knowing who your ideal client or customer is. Now, almost all entrepreneurs and business owners make the serious mistake of avoiding this stage in the eagerness to have their site online as soon as possible, without even stopping to think about things such as what do their customers want, what problems do they have, and what are the solutions to their need. Most people are so excited to get their membership site up, they're just so eager to start making some money and stuff, that they totally skip the step of trying to figure out who their ideal customer is. Now, the reality is, most beginners especially are not attracting their ideal customers, at least in the numbers that they would like. Maybe they're getting a few here and there, but not the numbers they would really like, because they either haven't identified their ideal customer, or they have been or they have but chose to ignore the fact and continue trying to be all things to everyone so they don't miss any opportunities. But you know that's wrong. It goes against everything we know to be true in marketing, right? And the rule applies to you just like everyone else, right? Okay, good, because it really needs to apply to your business. You are not going to be the go-to person for everybody's needs. You need to really, in your niche, hone it down to a specific niche. That is going to be well targeted, where you really know who your customer is and you can provide for the needs that they have. You are not going to put up a membership site and be able to supply all the needs and help for everybody that is out there. Your ability to clearly define and focus in on the customer who can most rapidly buy your product or service will be essential to your business success. This is a huge one in niche selection, is knowing who your ideal customer is or who your target audience is. Who are you creating this content, support, or product for? If you cannot identify this, you might as well stop creating your content, because you're going to be creating it for nobody. You've got to know who the content, who you're supporting, and who the product is actually going to be for. And that comes in discovering who that ideal target market or ideal customer is. What kind of things would improve their lives? When you are looking for the ideal customer, you have to figure out what kind of things would improve their lives. And a good thing is to put yourself into their position. What kind of things would it take, if you were them, would it take to improve your life? Because this is going to be something that is essential, because your customers are looking for improvements. They want to know that there's going to be a return on their investment, something that is going to improve their lives. Maybe it's improve their health. Maybe it's to improve their finances. They're looking for something that is going to be a great improvement. How can your membership benefit them? If you have a membership site that has no benefit to the customer, there's no sense in having a membership site. Your customers are going to come in looking to figure out what the benefit is for them. If they get in your membership site and they are not seeing the benefits for them, they're going to be leaving very quickly. Now, a lot of times your membership site, your sales pages, your sales copy, things like that, will say all the members benefits that they're having, and that's a good thing. You need to focus on the benefits. But if you sit there and tell them all these benefits and they get inside there and they're not discovering these benefits for themselves, they're going to turn around and quickly leave. You need to know how your membership is going to benefit them to be able to provide the best in your sales copy and to be able to keep retention into your membership sites. What would help you if you were in their shoes? Again, think about what kind of things helped you. Maybe if you got started online, let's say making money online, you started up an online business, starting to get to figure out how to generate income online. What kind of things helped you the most? Put yourself in their shoes and go, when I first got started, this is something that was very critical to my success. That's something that's probably going to be very critical to somebody else's success. So put yourself in the shoes of your customer, into the ideal customer, and what kind of things helped you? What kind of things are going to help them? Answering these questions will help you figure out your content. There is no sense, again, in providing content that is going to be useless, that does not provide the help and the support that your membership is actually looking for. You've got to answer these above questions to be able to identify the content that you need to put inside your membership site. Whether it's video training, whether it's maybe it's ebooks, whether it's going to be question and answers, coaching type things. The content that goes in there needs to help that ideal customer. Knowing what your audience wants is half of the battle. I mean, this is huge. Just finding out your niche is one thing, but half of your battle is finding out who that target or ideal customer is and what their needs are, what it is that you can provide for them as help. Here are some of the top niche markets that are out there. I want to kind of go over some of these very quickly so that you know what some of the top niche markets are. Maybe some of these interest you. This is not a complete list, but maybe you can get some ideas to get started with, to start some investigating and start looking into some of these niches and start looking for the target markets. A big one out there is make money online. Teaching people to earn money is always in demand, especially in our economy today. There are always people that are looking to start up a full-time business to make money, maybe just to supplement their income, but there's always people out there looking to make money online. Training or running an online business, getting traffic, technical help, and coaching. These are some of the things that you can do when you're thinking about your membership sites. Teaching people how to run an online business, teaching people how to get traffic to their online business, how to get technical help. These are great things. You know, a lot of membership sites are completely organized around providing technical help, and coaching is huge. A lot of people are looking for coaches and stuff, and a lot of times they go to a membership site because they can't afford the one-on-one, so they go to a membership site where you got several members, but they're getting good coaching but at a lower cost. Self-development niche, training to help people improve themselves. You know, the make money is helping people's finances. Now we're going to help improve themselves. Current events and fears. You know, disaster preparedness is a big one in that. Hot topics going on in the news today, you know, during different current events. This is a great place to start looking for niche selections. Tips for new phone apps. You know, another way, you know, not only making money, but saving money is a huge niche to get into. People are always looking for ways to save money. Websites with monthly money saving tips. Maybe tips to save on travel. All right, another one is the health and fitness niche. This is a huge niche. You know, but we need to break it down a little bit more than just health and fitness. You know, maybe it's all about exercise routines, the different exercises that they can do to improve their health. Exercise for seniors, not just exercise routines, but break it down even farther into exercise for seniors. You know, exercise for post-pregnancy, you know, for women that are post-pregnancy. Exercise for office employees. Exercise for strength, you know, not just exercise, but for strength training as well. Exercise for weight loss, you know, so instead of just the strength, now we're going to the weight loss. You can see how we're breaking each one of these niches. It started out health and fitness, went to exercise routines, and now certain exercises. Natural cures for common medical issues. Food recipes and cooking tips. You know, recipes for weight loss. Quick meals for kids. You know, really start thinking outside the box. Shopping lists, how to put together shopping lists. These are some of the things that you can provide in your membership sites. Hobbies and crafts, tips for being better at your favorite hobby or crafts. You can go into scrapbooking membership sites, golf membership sites, fishing membership sites, hunting membership sites. Another good place that you can really go to check out some different topics and stuff that are really good niches to get into is Amazon book topics. I'll quickly go there. Um, you just basically head over to Amazon.com. You're going to do a search for books, and we've already got it up here. Go down here to the books section and stuff, and just kind of start searching through the different categories that they've got and stuff in here. You can go to business, and money. Maybe that's something that you're interested in or whatever. You can go into here. You can see they got featured brands, new releases. But come down here to the business and money. You got accounting, biography, and history. Business, culture, economics, education, finance. You've got all sorts of different things that you can get into the business and money down here. Let's see if we can maybe pick a good one here to get into. Let's go down to your small business and entrepreneurship. You head over to here, and again you come down here to the to the different books and stuff that they've got. You got small business, entrepreneur, you got consulting, entrepreneurship, franchise, home based, marketing, new business enterprises, nonprofit, and charities. You basically, click on something like home-based business. It's going to bring up the different books that they have in there that you can start looking at. And look again, the different niches within this niche. Starting your own business. How do you can look at a lot of these titles and stuff. Starting your own business. Starting your own business online, different things. Pastured poultry. Lowering your taxes. You just go through these and really start taking a good look at a lot of the different niches that are out there. Really break them down. You don't want to just go into the make money online niche and stuff, and you need to get into it a little bit deeper and stuff. Basically maybe helping somebody get started online. Driving traffic to your online website. Really get into the niche selections that are out there. Again, here's, this is kind of breaks it down. You can kind of go through these a little bit, look at some of them. I kind of just went through the business and money stuff that we went through. We kind of took the small business and entrepreneurship, but just kind of go through these, take a good look at them, and see what's out there. See what kind of piques your interest and stuff, and really start doing some research in some of these niches. Again, we've got the health and fitness and dieting, exercise and fitness. Nutrition. It's the possibilities are endless out there. All right, make sure that you get started choosing your niche market now. But one of the biggest things when you get in there that you need to realize, half the battle is learning and understanding who your ideal customer is. Because attracting your ideal customer, like I said at the very beginning, is not an accident when it comes to choosing your niche market. All right, I want to thank you for joining this training, and we will see you in the next video.